This spray booth has been a working project since it was first built, and it always seems to find its way down my list of priorities. But in the long run, not having it finished will cost me more time than it would to just finish it. Overspray sticks to the floor and walls, meaning I have to clean it down with solvent every now and again to stop it from getting too discoloured. As I'm just waiting for parts to arrive, we decided now was a good time to give it one last clean and protect the walls and floor with a spray booth specific film. This is Colad Film4Booth. It's a purpose-built plastic film that consists of 4 sticky layers that you can peel off one by one once they become too dirty. Because I'm not spraying cars every day, this roll will easily last me 2 years. That's if I pull off one sheet every 6 months. The roll itself costs about £600, which isn't too bad considering how long it lasts. The thing is, it's sold alongside a dispenser and an applicator tool specifically for Film4Booth, and together they come to another £770. That's kind of off-putting, so we decided to try it without the official tools and found our own dispenser and application tool. We used some jacks and a broom handle for the dispenser and a really big brush as the applicator, costing a total of £35. So the idea with Film4Booth is to leave a small gap the width of the tape in between sheets, so that you can tape layer 1 of both sheets to each other and the wall. When the time comes, you can then tear layers 4, 3 and 2 off without it peeling the whole thing off the wall. We had to move the extraction box and paint the windows as Film4Booth is transparent to let the light come through, and I didn't want the brown window sills on show. So this method was working great. It easily stuck to the painted drywall and even to a rough garage wall, although it's designed for a smooth surface really. With 2 left to go, we let the window dry and gave the floor one more deep clean with boiling water and solvents to remove the really stubborn stuff. Before we put the extraction box back, we taped the seams along the back wall to secure them in place. With it back in its place, we could now lay the flooring. But before we do, I want to thank AutoDoc for sponsoring today's episode. Now I know most of you know who AutoDoc are, but something you might not know is that they've just recently created the AutoDoc Club. AutoDoc Club is a brand new place to keep track of every single car you own and the maintenance that comes with them. Study the professional replacement manuals, repair your car yourself and save yourself a visit to the garage or dealer. Your AutoDoc Club profile is like having a personal garage assistant. It's a functional recording and analytics tool to help you keep on top of your car's wants and needs. Using AutoDoc's 1300 plus repair manuals for DIY replacement of parts and consumables, you'll save on expensive repair shop services and long wait times whilst keeping a detailed log of the work you have carried out and setting a reminder of the work to be completed in the future. With features such as the oil change notification, parts replacement scheduler, and over 2,200 supporting videos, keeping track of your car's maintenance has never been easier. Check out the AutoDoc Club at the links in the video description after this video to get started. Big thanks to AutoDoc, let's move on to the flooring. So this is the Colad Film4Floor. It's a self-adhesive white film to be applied on, you guessed it, the floor. This film makes cleaning the booth floor very easy. It's reflective white to increase the light, and is also non-slip, solvent resistant and treated with paint adhesion. This is Colad's smaller roll, which is about 150 quid and covers 30 square meters. Perfect for my 24 square meter booth. It takes 2 people to do either of these rolls, but they go down in no time at all. A brush helps to stick the film to the floor without creating creases, and in this case is the actual tool for the job. Taking a break from the booth for a bit, I wanted to pipe up the small room next to the workshop with compressed air, as I've put the blasting cabinet in there, and the amount of faffing I do every time I want to blast something is just silly. Because 3 of the walls in this room were metal, I used wood either cable tied or forced in place to give me something to pin the tubing and outlets to. Finally, some air to this room. The spray booth airlock doors needed some sort of seal on them to improve the overall seal of the booth. I added these plastic strips that will cover the small gap on both sides of both of the airlock doors. I used the very sticky Colad tape to make sure it stays where it is. I then made my way around the spray booth and taped up the rest of the Film4 booth seams to complete the walls. I used some of the leftover Film4 booth on top of the extraction box to make it easier to clean and a bit more reflective. With plenty still left, I used some on the skirting boards. I then put the gun holders and air outlets back in their place, and I think I can say the spray booth is pretty much finished. Apart from some extraction upgrades, the fact that I'm going to rewrap the doors in something thicker, add lights to the side walls, add some airlock extraction, and probably a few more things. Okay, it's still a working project. Check out my Instagram to see those upgrades when I make them.